It is full AD, but there are matchups where, you know, if they still have top lane and they are 5 Malphite, obviously going to be feeling bad, but that's not going to happen unless Keria just pulls out the Rumble support. Not going to be the case, as expected. We will see what he actually ends up locking in, but as T1 actually picking their whole draft in order, which is always cute. This is the one team that I trust, because I think the Pantheon support has really looked very lackluster to execute on this, is specifically T1. We've seen, even in their matchups against teams that are insanely strong, they're able to very consistently find these early mid-game advantages, and that's what the whole comp thrives around, right? You want to get the resets with Neferi, you want to play with a really strong jungle 2v2, and when you have a support that allows for setup as well, allows you to really snowball the game. If we do get to the teamfight stage though, and the laning phase doesn't end up collapsing for HANWHA Live, that 5v5, oh boy.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I actually think that HLE have come out of this position that can stand up to what HLE have put together here as we jump onto the Rift for game 1. Oh, Lowpark is exploding today. There are so many people. Fan chants looking pretty even as well. As we could see, there was some biffo that happened.
You know what that Neferi skin reminds me of?
What?
One of my favorite games ever.
Akami, right?
That,
Yeah, I said this just the other day.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you. It's so cool because that
was coming.
Yeah, cannot wait. And they need to remake the other one as well. As Ona's coming up towards the top side of the map to see whether he can punish his former top laner. See whether it's going to work out here as Doran looking for some harpoons. He just flashes on him. There's the boot back, and ZEUS knows that he is 100% dead. First blood going over to Ona is exactly what T1 want with this composition.
Very straightforward. Gank here. This shouldn't be a surprising timing. I wonder if...
that's a nice knock-up as well. Faker is really dead, guys. Permafrost is a thing, and Zeka also just going to come on over. Peanut presses no buttons, but just supports his mid lane. Actually,
cute little timing there from the light. Usually what happens is after you get the crash, you then base and then walk towards mid.
I think the upsides outweigh the downs. Okay, speaking of downs, Faker is taking a bit of damage here, but Peanut not able to find too much. Doesn't have level 6 as Carrier is making his way in. Immediate flash out from this Sejuani, and Peanut's in so much trouble. Doran's going to cook him. That equalizer, so incredibly proactive and gorgeously well played.
Nicely done there. Carrier making his impact known on the map, sets it up there. The attempted play towards Faker not working out. Faker didn't even need to flash.
Yeah.
So Peanut thought he could just do a little drive-by gank. Maybe you get Faker, maybe you don't, but you shouldn't have to pay for it. Instead, actually ends up paying pretty handily. What I do have to note, though, is that with that roam, ZEUS was able to get a play towards the bot side, which means that even with the assist, gold stays relatively close as Delight going in. Kara does have flash, might have to use it here.
Yeah, Peanut is just running forward. Zeka just joins in.
TP'd and ulted.
What the line was!
Well, I'm a guy that loves to see lines everywhere, even when they might not necessarily be there.
I think the line that we had was, it wasn't very good. That was the line. As ZEUS is going to walk down the line himself, and immediately he's harpooned, realizing that he's going to have to try and turn this one. Ona coming down, and Doran is just going to leave it for him. Let's see whether ZEUS can get any magic done. And he's trying to avoid some of the daggers here. Does do so. Goes to the skies and then dies. That is going to be another kill going over to Ona this Neferi time around.
Bit of a jungle diff so far.
Yeah.
Ona actually be able to have a huge impact. And if there is one team that knows the tendencies of this laner, well, it's obviously T1. As the almost solo Bolo ends up getting the flash out of ZEUS, but ZEUS otherwise would have been fine, right? Would have been able to disengage, maybe even bait in when Peanut also in the area. But there's no outplaying a point and click, unfortunately, for ZEUS, as Peanut should be able to get this. Was a little close, but not actually going to be in any danger. But T1, again, as they should, building a lead.
Oh dear, Smash gonna get bullet time. Does Valkyrie his way out. Carrier taking a lot of damage here, but so is Delight. Now that Aftershock is away, the flash forward, and Viper just silences him. Smash able to offer a fair bit back, had some cooldowns, and Ona was making his way in. There's the flash forward, the 2-0 Neferi avoids the CC and takes down the MF. Delight will survive, and now Peanut here on the bottom side, looking to try and dish back some punishment of his own. They do manage to take down the Rumble. Peanut will survive, and they'll get more plates.
Owner got Delight as well!
Wait, yeah, when did that? What the heck?
Yep, I thought that it was just going to be Viper, but man, steady Atlas.
Yep, basically dead even. Still T1 extending it a little bit, but HLE getting themselves a dragon is likely to even that out. As Ona moving down towards his bottom side, ZEUS and Delight down here. 2v3 at the moment. On T1 thinking about this dive. Carrier starting it off as Delight able to tank up decently well. Looks for the crash down onto the Nefiri. And now Viper makes his way over. T1 take that as a sign to disengage, and I think it's understandably so, as Peanut once again getting bothered by Doran a little bit as he takes down another objective, but this time it's just going to be an evening out of the grubs.
But if we get to the 5v5 and the state of the game is as it is right now, you might be in trouble.
The immediate interruption. There's the Magnet Storm as well onto Carrier. Viper in a bit of trouble though, as T1 and HLE just trading a bunch of spells on the bottom side. Peanut looks for Doran though once again, and with ZEUS here, it is more punishment.
They're going to be forced to take fights that they really don't want to, as in they go.
Oh dear. Carrier does put up the shield, but I don't know about it. Does taxi his way over to Delight, but Viper is going to close the distance, and that is Peanut locking down the kill. That should spell the second dragon of the game for HLE, and that is only going to continue this snowball rolling. And despite the fact that there's a 4-0 Nefiri, it just doesn't feel like Ona's able to do enough. And even if they kill ZEUS, is this even good enough to try and even things out? As Equalizer comes down as well, ZEUS seeing what he can get done here, actually boops Ona away and then uses him to taxi to the turret. That was
very nice. It doesn't even flash. And now the Drake gets taken. The crux of it is this. If T1 is the one engaging, this comp looks amazing. Amphion and Peanut finds you, you're just not getting out. There's no way.
Oh, dear.
Oh my god. Forces the flash!
Yeah, Doran's gonna have to flash, and that is once again...
I'm starting to believe, Atlas, that HANWHA Life might take this series a little bit more serious.
They cannot get caught by that.
Which T1 also aware of. And I do want to highlight T1. Oh.
Well, they're going to look for ZEUS once again. He knocks Doran away, does use the flash this time, as Carrier should have a stun back up. He tries to go for it, but Smash turns up. That's going to be a dead Jace once again.
The T1 Baron may be augmented by a T1 Otacon to try and make sure that HANWHA Life don't get to just continue scaling into this game.
And Peanut as well, you just saw there, this is why the Sejuanis are often banned if you're planning to play Nefiri. Because we saw, like, there is a decent lead for Ona still. He's a 4-0 Nefiri, and Peanut seems to not care at all. He's now walking up towards Smash here at the same time, who does have Cleanse, but he can't cleanse twice. But Permafrost comes in, Glacial Prison as well, and that is a dead Corki. But now the rest of the cavalry have arrived, and Bristle and Sedge are going to get removed. One for one, as in goes Ona. Delight trying to survive, and he will do so for now as Zeka unbinds the soul, looks to find an angle, and there's a gorgeous ulti. Doran's going to lie down as well, and Delight is still alive. Finally he falls, but it has to be in trade for Carrier's life. And now ZEUS, he's teleported back in. They want to get this shut down as the Doggos block the shock blast, but I just don't think it's enough. There it is, and the shutdown goes to the Jace. Ulti in the other direction was just so gorgeously done. Let's have a look at it in real time as Peanut's just going to miss an ult. Understandably so, and of course, Faker is pretty slippery on this Ahri.
Does get the flash though. Zeka also investing his
this season thus far. As yeah, Peanut just clearing out some blast cones, things like this. The control is massive. Great little knock up there from Zeka. Interrupts his own dash by utilizing the wall. Very, very cute. And now the first Cloud Dragon is going to be attempted. Rift Herald already thrown down here at the same time. HLE just trying to cause some distractions as Carrier dives into the backline. An immediate cleanse from Viper though, and Carrier is in so much trouble. But there's a huge fight elsewhere. ZEUS is getting cooked as Doran doing so much work. The rest of HLE are now stuck in the Thunderdome as Zeka trying to take matters into his own hands. Somehow Smash gets the dragon. What the hell was that? But Zeka is a monster on the bottom side of the fight and then snaps back to destroy the rest of them. Viper grabbing so many kills. And with two of these carries left alive, Faker able to teleport his way out. But that is not going to win them the fight, as HLE, they don't walk away with the dragon, but I think that was out of turret in mid lane, or at least see who can actually get first move on that one. Oh, 2 minutes until the Baron as well.
They're going to need to get a pick onto someone. I think Viper is a tough target. Teleport comes in, and now this is the worst case scenario for a comp like this. You are out of control of vision. You're going to just have to face check. No one really likes doing that on T1, and I think they're making the right call.
Yeah.
Otacon And oh, they're going to go for the late contest. The objective is gone, but looking for the fight here. Faker on the flank.
Yeah, in goes Carrier. We'll see whether they can get some of these petals, but it looks like the answer is absolutely not. And Zeka finds a gorgeous ulti. The layering of the bullet time there as well is just like poetry from HLE. And Ona is now running for the hills. Only him and Faker left alive, and Faker has his own problems here towards the top side. Delight going to get engaged on, gets himself the shield from the crash down. And yes, Ona may be able to go untargetable, but that is only for a minuscule amount of time. Viper deals with the exit plan and then takes down the doggo. Zek underneath this turret as well is a little bit worrisome, and ZEUS wanting to take it down as there's the flash forward from Faker, looks for the angle and takes down ZEUS. Consolation.
Yeah, that was completely unnecessary from ZEUS.
Yeah.
Did not have to do that once.
There isn't a reason. It's just it's looking a little bit doomed. It is only a 5,000 gold lead at 26 minutes. That is not end of the world, but HLE with full control of the map. I mean, the world is close to the end, but it's not fully doomed, you know? As Delight looking for an angle here as the Glacial Prison somehow misses Doran. He flashes away. That is still Flash now down. Faker able to get some money on the top side by taking out that outer turret I was talking about before.
I believe that at this point in the game, just from base armor, you're going to get more value out of LDR as well.
Yeah, ZEUS might be in trouble, but he flashes absolutely everything. And Ona, he's gone untargetable, seeing whether he can survive. He's burning, but it's not going to quite be enough. But now, oh, never mind. Somehow, it is the MF that picks up the kill, and there goes Faker at the same time. A double now for Viper as Doran. Can he actually be a hero here? I just don't really think there is much of an angle. He's looking to cook. ZEUS does have the equalizer, but it doesn't really land on anyone. Zeka has found Smash as well. As the Valkyrie actually doing a fair bit, but just not enough to keep him alive. As Carrier is under the wrong turret. And so therefore he is very, very dead. He's going to see whether he can kill some minions and stuff like that. Gets a ward down. But HLE, they're already on the Baron, and this game is over, ladies and gentlemen. I think the Nexus knows what's coming. You know, the Nexus is not going to be surprised when an HLE are coming knocking on the door. Speaking of knocking on the door, they're going to be able to look towards bottom side of the map. Peanut is going to turn an engage from T1 into an engage of his own as Carrier dives in, but immediately goes to half health. There's the Magnustorm from Delight as well. And the MF a little bit late on the bullet time there because the target was already destroyed. Now Viper over the wall, waits for the minion wave. They will be able to break the base here as Doran and Smash, yeah, they've got a bit of damage, but there is just no way to stop HLE as they march towards the Nexus turrets now. Equalizer goes down, largely in defense though, as Doran now having to deal with ZEUS, and he's not able to do so even a little bit. Ona dives in because he may as well. And there's the flash forward from Zeka, gets the knock up onto Smash. Permafrost not in range, and it doesn't even need to be, because Zeka's there with enough damage. That's a clean ace. That's going to be a clean kill on a couple of these Nexus turrets. And HLE, welcome to the LCK. It's good to see you still in phenomenal form after first stand.
As the Nexus falls to